I'm Ryan, this is my brother Daniel, and this is Rolls in the Family, and we have a special guest here today. It is Daniel's wife, Kaylee. And, Kaylee was on the channel last year doing her top games video. And, I mean, the people.
Oh, my gosh. The people.
Wanted more Kaylee. So here we are a year later.
We have had 51 weeks of people complaining that we haven't had Kaylee on the channel again. So
I'm sure.
Here she is, completely under her own will to be filming a video with us this morning.
That's right. She is not strapped to the chair.
Yeah, definitely not. So it was a little tricky this year because, we thought we could do top games of all time, kind of like we do with Dango and I, and how do we change over the years. But it felt a little weird because Kaylee hasn't been doing a ton of board gaming, I don't think, in the last year.
Well,
for those that don't
ton
know,
is a relative word, right, Kaylee?
Yeah.
What word would you use to
describe? Let's just say 2 kids, 2 and under is not conducive for board game playing.
Yeah.
And we only have one child. She's referring to me as the other, so.
Yeah. And it was maturity level.
Yes, it was a maturity comment, yes.
Yeah. Well, and I think in last year's video, your son was in the video.
I can't remember how
newborn.
Close after he had been born. I mean, it must
pretty
have been
fresh.
Yeah.
It was fresh.
Yeah, fresh into the board gaming world. But
so all that's to say, the 2 really young kids, which are younger than mine. I mean, I can relate to it to a certain degree, but you guys have it even a little trickier.
Right.
But we thought it would be fun to still get Kaylee on the channel and maybe just talk about of new games she played this year. What are some ones that, she liked? This may be a little more first impression-y. Give a chance to, I guess, hear for Dango and I, which games Kaylee actually liked that we forced her to play. We're really going to build up this
Kaylee doesn't like board games, just like
not anymore.
You will play Agricola, Kaylee, and you will like it.
Well, Agricola, you'll do that.
I'll always be down for your
That's
Agricola.
right.
No.
But we'll talk about some games here, some good games, hopefully good games, and we'll have links to them in the description below that you can check them out.
Yeah.
I guess there's not really much of a comment engagement type of question here. What is your significant other's favorite games of the last year? Drop that in the comments.
Yeah.
Drop that in the comment below.
Yeah.
That's good. I like it.
Yeah, there we go. Very specific. But yeah, let's jump into it. Kayla, maybe tell us about your number 5. We're gonna do 5, right?
Yes.
5.
Well, the first game I'd like to mention is a game that I've recently played, Ryan. It is a game owned by you.
Wait, are you saying this is an honorable mention or this is number 5?
Oh, shoot. Oh, okay. I was doing it backwards.
Oh, you were going to start with number 1. Oh, no. That's not how we do things here.
You see, if you do that, everybody just drops off the video.
The engagement would just go down horribly.
We knew the number 1.
That's right. We'll start with number 5.
Okay, number 5. Number 5. I have to think of
what
she's in the wrong
place.
She's been prepping the whole time we introed to talk about
she was ready for that.
Her favorite game. We've thrown her now. It's okay. We'll
When did you play your number 5?
Over Christmas break. So probably actually New Year's. New Year's actually. It was New Year's Day.
New Year's Day.
Yes.
Okay.
So that should give it away.
I don't know.
I don't remember what
I don't remember what we played. Oh wait, New Year's Day was that with Ryan?
Yes.
Okay,
good.
We're at John Notori's.
Okay. I think I might know what it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I might.
It was a Guild of Merchant Explorers.
Nice.
Yeah, I liked it. It was fun to try to see where you could get to on the map and get some treasure or, I don't know, the coins. I don't remember a ton right now off the top of my head, but I just remember it was
because it's got the whole you flip the train type and everybody gets to explore on their map. But then has that aspect of you get those special cards that you, when that one comes up, you get to do something much bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. It was fast progressing and you just felt the powers got better and better.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, because Kaylee, we had previously owned Kingdom Builder, and I had said to Ryan that this one in some ways felt a little bit like Kingdom Builder. You're placing the cubes out, but this one was really cool because it really had that exploration feel.
Yeah.
And just the whole strategy around what cards are going to get flipped, and so trying to position yourself so that you're most flexible, because we were saying the worst thing that the special cards are really powerful.
Yeah.
In this game, that's one of the coolest things about it. But the worst thing is when you're special card gets it's time to trigger it, and you're like not in position to do it. So yeah, this was one that when again sometimes Ryan introduces or suggests a game that he got recently, and I just look at the cover and I'm like,
yeah. Daniel's like, it's too beige.
I'm too much beige, man. Too much beige. And but yeah, this one really impressed me.
Yeah,
I think this one's kind of a cool example. I mean, there's kind of the whole genre of like flip and right or roll and right games that often have that advantage of simultaneous play. So it feels really snappy and you're getting to work on your own thing. But a lot of times they're like kind of smaller games. And this isn't like a huge game, but it feels like more of a bigger game, like compared to some of those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so I think it's fun to get some of the benefits of kind of the simultaneous play and snappy and working on your own thing.
Yeah. Do you remember how you did in the game?
I didn't win. I remember that. But I also didn't get last place, so.
Okay, I mean,
Someone
that's
might-
we'll
there
take that.
you go.
I don't
Yeah, it's
Maybe
well,
I did. I have
well,
a
and
terrible
what's cool
memory
is-
when it comes to losing.
What's cool is there's like multiple like we only played obviously on one of the sides, so there's different maps. It feels like the variety in that would be pretty solid. Ryan, did you look up who?
I did. I found the official scores.
Well, don't say it. Don't say it if it's you.
Who won?
Yeah.
Well, then I guess we'll just have to. We were playing with our nephew, who actually did pretty well with the game
That's
for being
right,
kind
I
of
forgot about that.
a more advanced
Yeah.
game. So it was a 4-player game. Kaylee, you did take 3rd place.
Hey, let's go.
And
Pretty bad.
yeah,
Well, it was a 9-player game, right, Ryan?
yes, with all 9 of us. And I defeated Daniel by 1 point.
Oh, that's right. It was super close. Oh gosh, devastating. Wow. Why are we talking about
How
this?
far
Yeah.
behind was I?
I think it was 134, 133, 109.
What do you mean you think? You're reading it right in front of you.
Well, I was remembering reading it 5 seconds ago,
Oh, gotcha.
and then
Very
acting like I was bringing it up again.
Ah, very clever. Good.
Nice. Yeah, I'm glad both of you guys like. I thought there was a good chance both of you
I know.
liked that game. It maybe wasn't like the number one most conducive setting to trying a new game. There was kind of a lot going on.
There was
with
a lot.
family in the room, and
Yeah.
but I
Also,
thought it went pretty
definitely
well.
in top 5 worst games to have with someone who might flip the table because or bump
Or
the table.
even to play with like long sleeves that like
Yeah.
hang.
Oh,
Because
gosh.
like if you reach and it catches your pieces on your board, it's like, well, guys, have fun finishing your game. I'm done.
I'm done. You just walk away. Yeah. We'll have to
Reminds
see-
me of the time that. Do you remember the time that our we were playing cartographers and we used the wet erase on those, and our cousin spilled the water.
Oh,
Which of games to spill water on?
Yeah.
it's nice to spill it on the wet erase.
Right.
Laminated sheets, but it completely wiped the one player's whole map.
What did we even do? Did we recover it?
I think they like tried to
Try to
remember.
remember.
Yeah, good
Oh
times.
gosh.
But,
Yeah. We'll have to see if that one. I mean, obviously, I'm always intrigued when Kaylee's got something, in her.
And we talked
top
about
5
it.
new
I mean, if
games,
you
so.
played it with 2 people who knew how to play it, you could play that in 20 minutes. I mean, you really could get it pretty snappy.
There you go, Kaylee.
yeah, I think that's going to be a theme of the games that I like in
Well,
new,
yeah.
new games.
It is a great
They're
point.
all shorter,
Yeah.
like
The
'cause
season
you just
of life
don't have a
we're
lot
in.
of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, which if you watched Kaylee's top 10, you'll know she enjoys some big, long, heavy games. But yeah, it's hard to
For
get
sure.
them played.
Well, and I've said that in previous videos as well, that I think it was in our Q&A video, that what's something that's changed, and it's my appreciation for smaller, just quicker games.
Yeah.
Because season of life that is needed more. So very
For
nice,
sure.
Kaylee. Good start.
Good start.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's go on to
start.
number 4.
Number 4. This is a game I think I got for my birthday or Christmas or something.
Validation
I don't
for
remember.
Daniel.
I don't remember. Yeah, we definitely need to play it more because this is kind of nostalgic for me in that it reminds me of my childhood, but it has a new twist and a new spin on it.
Yeah.
It is Yinch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Was that your birthday? Or was that?
I don't
I think it was. Yeah. I think it was. That's
something.
right.
Yeah. So I grew up,
Yeah,
and my siblings and I, we would play Othello. And so there's a lot of that game that's kind of reminiscent of kind of how you win.
Because
in that
Othello,
game.
is that the one where you jump the pieces and you flip all of them over?
You don't jump them. You just have to place
you
them.
place a piece and then
Yeah.
everything in between gets gets.
So this one is almost like brain breaking because I have to like not think of Othello because it just reminds me so much of Othello. But there's like
in Othello, can you
more
flip your
complex.
own pieces, or does it only flip your opponent's pieces?
you cannot flip your
because
own.
that was
'Cause
the,
that,
that
I
was
think,
the
is the
thing that
big
threw her
difference.
off is that in this one everything you jump gets
Right.
flipped regardless if it's your side or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this one, that's something I've learned about you, Kaylee, that I didn't really know, is that you seem to like some of these like 2-player abstract, kind of almost more chess-like games. I know you guys play Santorini or have played Santorini
Yep.
quite a bit as well.
and Shobu.
Shobu.
Yeah,
Shobu, that's a good
I
one
really,
as
really
well.
enjoy that one.
Really likes,
And so Yinch was one we had been aware of for a long time. I think, Daniel, you finally got it, I guess, for Kaylee's birthday because you knew that Kaylee likes these types of games.
I did.
I actually own it now, and I think we're all kind of in agreement that this is like one of the better games in this category. It has that super classic feel, like even more than something like Santorini, which feels pretty modern design. It's got a very classic feel, but it like feels different, right? Like it's this new thing and like how to think about it. And
well, I've said to Ryan that the moves in this game, it just makes your brain work in a completely different way. You have these moments where you could like jet across the board and you completely change the board state because of the way things flipped. And I'm not good at, I don't think either of us are like experts at this game at all. And so, there's times where you make a move and you're like, oh my gosh, look at this, just changed everything. And so it feels like there's a lot of room to discover kind of those big, clever moves as well, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, and I think, a game like Shobu is even more like work your brain in a different way type of thing. Almost to the point where it's like a little less accessible. I feel like Yinch is a little bit like people are going to feel pretty comfortable with like kind of the rule set of Yinch, but still get some of that like, oh, this is really interesting how this works. But then it also has the catch-up mechanism of like, as you score rows, you get rings removed. And so that's kind of nice to make it a little more forgiving, like if you're playing with a new player or something. I've been pretty pleased with this one. I haven't played it that much because I don't really have. I played it with my 4-year-old once.
Yeah, I'm realizing actually good catch-up mechanisms is actually something I really like in games. When done well. I know Heat just played Heat and Pedal to the Metal recently. That one's got some catch-up mechanisms built into it. Obviously, you don't want it to be too extreme, but I don't know. I think they're fun.
Yeah.
Maybe it's all my years of playing Mario Kart and, you're in the
I thought you were
last
going to
to
say
get a
all
blue
your years of being the person that's losing.
Oh,
it's nice
my
to finally,
gosh.
It's nice to finally have a
Wow.
little bit of something
Wow,
to
that
help you
was,
out.
That was really...
Yeah, you were setting yourself up for that one, Daniel.
That was really rude. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, what beat Yinch? Moving up the list here.
Okay, this was a really fun, just like fast-paced, quick game. Project L. I really want to play that one
She
again.
did really like Project
Nice.
I
L.
felt
Yeah,
like
I
it
don't
was
think I
just
like
like
really
a-
asked you what your thoughts on it after we played it.
Yeah, I like the little cards, and you're just trying to fill them up efficiently and score points. And I felt like it was like really fast-paced, but also just like really accessible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah,
like the
remind
game
me in
that's
that one, Ryan, because I remember the cards with the shapes. And
Yeah,
like
that's all
you're-
Daniel remembers. It's like, I
Well,
remember
we
some
we
shit.
played it. We played it once.
I know,
It was,
it was a long
6
time
months ago. But you're like getting those little cards, and you're trying to
Yeah,
fill
it's
them in.
almost like polyomino little puzzles meets something like Splendor, because at the beginning of the game you only have a couple little pieces, and like you can choose to get the smallest piece added, or you can upgrade a piece. But then as you finish puzzles, every puzzle gives you a new piece and you get all your pieces back. So you're slowly growing it's kind of got an engine building thing. If you're slowly
Yeah.
growing your pool of pieces, and so then you're selecting new puzzles to get that you're like, ooh, I could do this with these pieces, and eventually I can tackle some of these bigger, higher point puzzles. Another one of the things that's interesting in it is it's got that like master action. I don't know if you guys are going to remember this at all, but if you have multiple puzzles, because you only have like 4 actions you can take on your turn, but if you have multiple puzzles in front of you, once per turn you can do a master action where you can play a piece on every puzzle. And so you start to learn that if you really want to be good at this game, figuring out how to get multiple puzzles going at once that you can be using one efficient action to do all of them is really the best way to go. But you got to be careful because you need to have enough pieces to be completing puzzles. And so you might have your like rightmost puzzle. It's like, I know I can't complete this yet, but I can start working on it. And I know while I'm doing that, I'm going to finish these other ones that are going to give me more pieces.
Yeah.
So I think it does have that nice element that some games have of like how hard you can kind of decide how hard you want to think about it. Like I'm over there being like, I'm going to try to optimize this pipeline like as much as I can. But someone else could be like, I'm just going to try to finish a puzzle and get a new puzzle. They probably won't win that way. Like there isn't really anything else in the game, like random elements that are going to help somebody catch up. But yeah, it's a very physically pleasing game.
It is.
Little plastic pieces.
Tactile,
And
yeah.
puzzles.
Yeah, and you like, it seems like polyomino games in general. Although some have landed better than others. I don't know. Is there anything like specific about, because like for example, you actually weren't a huge fan of Patchwork, but you are a big fan of like My City, and I think World Wonders you enjoyed as well. I don't know. I'm trying to learn what is it about.
The reason why I didn't like Patchwork as much, there wasn't as much of a like puzzle to figure. You would get your piece, and then it was just like, oh, you could put it anywhere on the board, pretty much. Optimize it right there. It was like too easy. Whereas I love it when you have like the things and you're like, oh, where do I want to put this?
Yeah.
And when something fits perfectly. Whereas Patchwork, I felt like it was just like too easy to get your grid
Which
filled.
in Project L, I mean, you're always finishing the puzzles. So it is like you always are going to fill in everything entirely. It's not like fill up your board as much as possible.
Right.
Yeah. And you're, just trying to optimize it. And it was interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know. Well, I tell you what, Ryan, that was one that was like, I really enjoy it. But as soon as then you said you enjoy it, I'm like,
Daniel's eyes lit up.
Yeah. So here, Kaylee, while you introduce the next one, I'm going to adjust something real quick.
Okay.
He's just tying his shoe or something.
Do you want me to stop though?
No,
and then you can
keep
cut
going.
it out?
Yeah, I just tied my shoe.
Smooth.
You just... Okay, this game is probably my favorite large
of all
group
time?
game.
Oh,
yes.
gosh, I was about to.
Large group game?
Large group game. Yeah, we played it
Okay.
at our family reunion over the summer. And it was just a great game. Got people laughing. I felt like it was really accessible for people who maybe don't like board games as much. Yeah, I had a really good time playing it. It was Green Team Wins.
Wow.
This one, I tell you, that session we had on vacation made an impression on both of you.
It did. Literally, that's the only time I've played it, and then I was like, this is a must own. And I think to give some background about us, like we enjoy hosting like people, and specifically love. It's been a little harder with kids, but I think a desire to like want to have games for groups of people that specifically maybe can kind of break through the ice a little bit. And man, that one just feels so accessible, and you're laughing and getting to know each other.
It's like so funny, especially like when the whole group, like everyone has the same answer, and then one person like has a different answer, or people just like explaining, and you're like, what? Why did you say that? It's obviously this one, even though there's no really right or wrong answer to
they're
it.
like
So
silly
it's very
questions.
low pressure, and
Yeah.
it just makes people laugh.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah, this one's been a pretty big hit in that category. I actually just recently we had kind of a larger group that had a lot of people that didn't know each other, a lot of people that knew us but didn't know each other necessarily. This was the game that came to mind to play, and it went over great. Like it is amazing how well it asks so little of individuals. Like it's like, pick one of these three things, pick one of these two things, or think of a word that would go in front of this word. Like it's pretty easy. But then the review, like it instantly, whether people know each other or not, gets people talking about these silly things or what's the best fruit on ice cream or something.
Great icebreaker.
Yeah.
Great
it
icebreaker
really
game.
works.
And
well
and
tonight.
yeah, like you said, it's great because one is low pressure. Like that's one of the things with especially a group game that can be hard for people is if there's any sort of like, so even if you're the one who everyone else answers one way and you answer a different way, it's not like a, embarrassing thing. And instead, it's a kind of a fun moment of like, what? And then people, and again, it's this get to know you of like, oh, everyone else answered this, but
here's how you thought about
here's
it.
how you thought about it.
Well, and so many
Or you
party
thought that
games,
even though you thought the right answer that everyone else said, you thought that everyone was going to say this.
Yeah, because
So-
it's not doing what you think. It's what you think everybody else is going to put.
Yeah.
So it's kind of this mind game thing.
Yeah.
I think so many party games do ask more from players than people realize. So, for example, anything that's social deduction, there's an element of secrecy and needing to lie. And like, there's a lot of people that makes them pretty uncomfortable to be in that setting. Then there's games that require a lot more like creativity, like something like Dixit. It's like, it's a pretty accessible game, but some people that's going to put them in a spot where they feel pretty uncomfortable. And so, man, having games like Green Team Wins that it's like, I feel pretty comfortable. We talk about this with something like Just One, but even Just One, more than Green Team Wins, puts somebody on the spot to make a guess.
I was going to say, as accessible as Just One is, there still is that tiny bit of someone is going to be by themselves and have to make a guess and could potentially, feel like they let everyone down. So, yeah, I would say Green Team Wins really might be the most accessible,
And you can play it
12
with
players?
more players, yeah.
Yeah. Which is big, honestly.
That is
There's
huge.
been a lot of times where I'm outside the range of some of my other party games.
Can't play Agricola.
And couldn't you even play it with more if like people just like wrote on paper or something?
Yeah, you totally could. Yeah, it could be you could do this with like a big event type thing. There's probably a point where you lose the ability for the group to like converse, because that's a lot of the game is like talking after you reveal the answers.
Yeah, right.
But there's something to be said, a situation where you have 16 people and it's like, well, I don't have like any very few games that like I can make work with that, and you could with Green Team One.
That's cool. Cool.
But it's not the best game Kaylee played this year.
No.
Was that Green Team Wins?
guess.
Was that your number 2? I've lost track.
Number 2.
Was that was your number 2?
I think so.
So we are.
What?
Oh,
Or that was your
unless
number.
I
That was
missed
your
it.
number 3, right?
Is that number 3?
That was my number 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So now we're going to your number 1.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
I was like, I thought I've heard 4 games.
Okay.
We're good.
All right.
Number 1.
The one Kaylee wanted to start with.
Yes. This game is something that everyone has in their house, and it gives you the opportunity to organize it.
Wait. 1 sec. What kind of clue?
Wow, I was not guessing this was going to be the top 1.
Wait. So say that clue one more time.
Daniel's going to struggle with this.
This is something that everyone has in their house, and this gives you the opportunity to organize it.
Oh, you shockingly liked this one.
This was really fun.
She
it was
really
again
liked
a
this
nice
one.
like short game, but I felt like it just packed a punch in it, and yeah. So the game is Junk Drawer. And I really liked it. It was like 4 puzzles that you're simultaneously playing. And there's like a little bit of like risk, a little gamble of like you don't know like what piece is going to come out. And so you're just like trying to optimize. The play.
Yeah.
But we talked about like how you've had appreciation for shorter games in general. I even in recent years have had more appreciation for super short games, like really getting to.
Because this one plays in
under 15. It's like 10 to 15 minutes, especially if everybody knows how to play it. And that, the fact that it was that meant that when we had the family all together, it got played multiple times because it isn't. You can make that happen. It's like, hey, there's a group of us. Let's just play Junk Drawer before dinner or something, or the kids are busy. Like it just makes it more feasible to get something like that to the table.
Right.
But it's got that polyomino element puzzling, but it's 4 puzzles at once.
That each have their own rule. And so you're like I'm trying to fill this one. I'm trying to like keep this one as open as possible. And
or I don't want to cover the corners in the middle in this one. Or, I mean, there's some of the ones that get a little bit more crazy where it's like, okay, I score for every row or column that has exactly 2 open spaces. And so you're trying to like do that in both directions, and it's it's kind of can be brain bending.
And there was a little bit of like push your luck too of because you can, if I'm remembering correctly, you can only place like you have to place on all 4.
Yeah,
correct?
like we're gonna do 4 cards in a row, and they have to go into different compartments, but you don't know what they're going to be. So like
Right.
that last piece, you have to put it in here.
Yeah, I know.
And so there definitely are times where like, yeah, you gamble and it's like, oh, my last one is the one that I want as many open spaces as possible. So I'm like, please a small piece, please a
piece.
small piece. And
Yeah.
then some big honking piece comes out. But yeah, it's interesting because it's one of the games, so many polyomino games, and we were talking about this with Project L and some of these other, it's all about like filling. And that's where the tightness comes in, is like you start to run out of space to fill. This is interesting because it actually makes it tight through the use of like negative space. Because it's like there's times where the puzzle feels tight, not because so much is covered up, but because you're trying not to cover certain things up. And so you're kind of like working around. And so I really like that, you know, a lot of times at the end of the game in your 4 compartments, like there's areas that have a lot of open spaces, but like it still felt like a tight puzzle because you were trying to make that work.
And you're
isn't just
almost trying
fill
to
it.
place pieces inefficiently so that other pieces wouldn't fit there. So
Yeah,
it was just
I
a
realized
different way
like
to play.
after we played it a couple times, kind of this like second level power strategy of like, at first you're thinking, oh, place them so that I'll be able to keep this going as long as possible. But there's actually a strategy of like, if I do this, I might have to drop out the next time I need to play in this compartment because I won't be able to play. But that'll actually be good for this compartment because not playing another piece and everybody else might have to still play it. So there's kind of like some hidden nuance here, I think, with this game.
Junk Drawer, a game of power strategy.
Yeah,
According to
that's what we're doing.
Ryan.
Come back for our top 10 power tips for Junk Drawer.
That's right.
It's really a game that's flown under the radar. It's not very popular. It had intrigued me when I saw it. I think the variable scoring of the compartments.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, that's just fine because you get to switch it every time. But there was something that just intrigued me about it. It's in a different category of being shorter, right? Like if you start thinking like, what games can I bring out that play in 10 to 15 minutes? It's like a shorter. There's not a lot of games.
Well,
that
we
fit
always
that.
talk about like games delivering, bang for your buck. I mean, this one, despite being 10, 15 minutes, like you feel like you did, you
Yeah,
feel
you
like
made
you
some
did something
interesting
substantial and you're making some
and it's
interesting
so
decisions.
easy to, let's play one more round or let's play another game,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can
Yeah,
make
well,
it
that was
longer.
something. Yeah, and especially in like a setting like that where you have more people, we actually experienced this. I think it may have been Christmas Day that I was with my wife's family, and we played a game, and then somebody dropped out and somebody else came in, and so like having a game that plays quick enough. I mean, we definitely see this with the game Strike, which plays in like 5 minutes. That like people will drop in and out, but that can be like a really good game for a casual party setting where like you can play a game and there's enough there's like off and on ramps for people, so people don't feel like they're committing to some huge thing, and somebody that maybe isn't in the game can kind of watch and be like, ooh, that actually looks fun, could I get in on the next game?
Yeah.
So maybe kind of an underrated quality in board games, I think.
Well, and I think the shortness of it also, because, I guess one complaint someone could have is, and you got to recognize what type of game it is, but the fact that you kind of are at the mercy of the draw on the last one, right? And
yeah, but you had some control over how you set yourself up.
no, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. But I think the fact that it is so short mitigates the like devastation of
The devastation.
devastation of it. So yeah, that was one that I liked it. I wouldn't, I wasn't like, blown away per se.
Yeah.
But definitely, I mean, I'm trying to think even in our collection, like 15-minute games, we are so like, it's a desert over here, man.
Yeah,
Like,
and you guys are in the perfect
I
season
know
for
we
'em.
really do need more that just are in that short and quick range. So
Yeah, so Kaylee's next birthday, she's gonna get six games that all play in 10 minutes.
that would actually not be bad. That would not be bad.
All right. Hey, guys. Thanks for watching. And if you liked any of the games or interested in any of the games, check out the link below and watch some other videos.